January 2024, Skardu. Temperatures have dropped well below zero, yet thousands of residents are sleeping in the open air. This sit-in lasted 22 consecutive days. The demonstration followed a federal decision to slash a long-standing food subsidy. Overnight, the price of subsidized wheat nearly doubled, rising from 20 to 36 rupees per kilogram. The Awami Action Committee, the alliance coordinating these strikes, is using the grain crisis to address a more permanent grievance: the region's total political invisibility. Thousands are enduring a brutal winter to demand basic survival rights, all while living on the most strategically valuable piece of real estate in the country. Gilgit Baltistan is the only land gateway connecting China to Pakistan. It is the geographic backbone of the multi-billion-dollar China-Pakistan economic corridor, handling constant heavy logistics traffic. The territory also holds unparalleled environmental wealth. It contains the world's largest glaciers outside the polar regions, the primary freshwater reservoir for Pakistan's entire agricultural economy. Despite this wealth, the 2 million residents here have no voting representation in the federal parliament. Even so, the central government consistently extracts federal taxes from the local economy. To understand the anger driving the recent protests and the stakes of the upcoming June 2026 legislative elections, we have to look back to a legal anomaly created in 1947. Gilgit Baltistan is treated as an international economic goldmine, but a domestic constitutional ghost town. In the late autumn of 1947, while conflicts flared across the broader region, the people of Gilgit Baltistan fought an entirely separate war of liberation. The population was 99% Muslim, and they refused to be subjugated by the Hindu Dogra ruler Maharaja Hari Singh. A British officer commanding the local Gilgit Scouts, Major William Brown, recognized the growing tension. He believed that forcing the locals under Dogra rule would result in an immediate bloodbath. Under codename Operation Datakale, Brown and his local troops executed a swift, bloodless coup. They overthrew and arrested the Dogra governor, Gansara Singh. The locals quickly established an independent provisional government led by Raja Shahrez Khan. This new state ran its own affairs for exactly 16 days. Having achieved their own independence through mutiny, the people of Gilgit Baltistan made a voluntary choice. They handed their sovereignty over to Pakistan. That autonomy was dismantled 2 years later by the April 1949 Karachi Agreement. This document placed the region under federal administrative control. It was signed in secret, without a single representative from Gilgit Baltistan present in the room. By signing this agreement, the government tethered the region to UN resolutions on Kashmir. This trapped Gilgit Baltistan in a constitutional void, blocking provincial status. This limbo enables the Finance Act 2023. Federal taxes are extracted, while locals are denied voting seats. Compounding this is the abrogation of the historical state subject rule. Without laws restricting land ownership to locals, residents are watching wealthy outside investors buy up territory, leading to fears of demographic displacement. The state uses international law to deny the local population their constitutional rights, while using domestic law to extract their wealth. As voters prepare for the June 2026 elections, the long-standing political deadlock is colliding with a rapidly accelerating environmental threat. Unregulated, heavy infrastructure development, meant to support the economic corridor, is compounding global climate effects and accelerating glacial melt. This creates sudden, violent torrents of water and debris, known as glacial lake outburst floods. These events wipe out roads and villages, posing an immediate threat to 1.7 million residents. Because the region lacks constitutional autonomy, it has little power to build its own disaster management, leaving the deliberate political paralysis in the capital to enable irreversible environmental destruction. The survival of Gilgit Baltistan is not threatened by two simultaneous forces. While the central government maintains the region's legal exclusion, the high-altitude environment itself is becoming increasingly hostile. The 2024 Awami Action Committee protests were not an isolated incident, but a warning tremor from a population at its absolute breaking point. There is a grim contrast between the independence secured by the Gilgit Scouts in 1947 and the disenfranchised reality of the present day. 78 years ago, the people of Gilgit Baltistan drew their own lines on a map and chose Pakistan. Pakistan has yet to choose them.